was actually a real case, believe it or not. I want you to tell me how many of you work in the jail. Have you ever seen anything like that? Has that ever happened? Or am I making all this up? It really happens. Say what? Say what? In other jails, not your jail, absolutely. The importance is, and it's really not to over-dramatize, but to bring out some really critical points. And what are some of the points that you came away with? So if you were, say, the officer, what could you have done maybe differently?
Put a mask on the inmate.
Put a mask on the inmate and keep him in the same jail cell. Yes? No? Isolate.
So mask while you're out in the booking area, put an isolate, or maybe not isolation.
Segregation.
But maybe segregation.
Put them by themselves, right?
Yeah, because if you'd have brought an inmate in there with the mask on, my character would have really had a fit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bad enough, she's coughing, you bring her in with a mask on.
Absolutely.
Some of that depends on if you're a large metropolitan jail or if you're a small county and you only have one cell.
Yes?
What do you do with that individual? You would have a mask on and slip on and
That's a good question. And that's where you work with your local health department to come up with a scenario. If it's outside, if you're in the intake area, maybe they can sit outside in a holding tank, or in the area where it's all enclosed, in the rec area or something. So you don't have to worry too much about exposing the other inmates. Just a thought, right? Okay, so we're going to actually do this scenario with some of your ideas. Before I get to that, what about the nurse, the intake nurse? Any differences that the intake nurse could have done?
Oh, yes. I mean, to bring on questions over, you're not hearing exactly what you want.
Exactly. You're not hearing all of the questions. Let me tell you, I worked in intake. You tell me, you work in intake, or you've seen intake. Does that ever happen? The what? Yes? I see a lot of heads nodding. Yes, absolutely. Go, please.
I think a lot of times, because I've worked down in intake where we just fly through information.
Right.
We're not hearing. I try to make an act to go through each section one by one, just in case, because I don't want to miss anything, because I don't need to send anybody to another place and then it would be my fault.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, yes. The inmate? Good point. Because sometimes people just, you can't get that person out of there or something. So yeah, that might happen. Absolutely. Is that best case scenario? Not always.
And I surveyed throughout the United States in different jails, and I've seen that scenario very often. And they will, it's amazing that you'll see them like that, doing just that. And it's,
Correct. But not all jails have those standards.
That's right. But
not all jails are accredited. Not all prisons are accredited. You need to see what's happening in your community and how together you can work a little bit harder or a little bit smarter rather than a little bit harder. So yeah. So using some of those scenarios, let's do the situation a little bit differently and show you what some officers